The following podcast contains adult content. It is not suitable for minors, professional settings, or the faint of heart. Welcome to FOREPLAY Goes South's About Last Night, a reoccurring monthly episode in which I take a story told on the stage last night's live event and release it the very next day.
Hello, I'm Regina. Regina Queena. And I'm going to tell you a fairy tale. And as you know, all fairy tales have a basis in truth. Sometimes it's emotional truth, sometimes it's literal truth, sometimes it's a little bit of both. This one is no different. Once upon a time, in a land far away called Des Moines, Iowa, there lived a beautiful princess. She met a handsome prince. They fell in love and were married. They bought a magnificent starter castle with 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a 2-car garage on a cul-de-sac. And it wasn't very long before the princess gave birth to a princeling. And the family lived very happily for about 12 years. And by that time, the prince had accepted a job in the Emerald City of Atlanta, where one day he fell under an evil spell. He began visiting another princess in her castle without telling the beautiful princess he was married to. Which was really weird because the princess and the prince had this agreement that they could visit any prince or any princess in any castle at any time. And sometimes on the weekends they would go to very big castles and have multiple royalty in the same night.
That is weird.
I'm vested in this.
As long as they used condoms and were honest with each other.
That's weird.
But the handsome prince was not honest with the beautiful princess he was married to. And he continued to visit the Princess of Horovia in her castle without telling the princess he was married to. For 10 years. All the while, the beautiful princess became more and more unhappy. She had lost her sparkle and did not know why. One day, she summoned a wise therapist who helped her see with her eyes what her heart already knew, that her prince was no longer hers. When the princess confronted the prince with his deceit, he flew into a rage. He was angry. His lies had been uncovered. The prince then hired a terrible minotaur with a legal degree, intent upon stripping the princess of all her worldly possessions. But the princess was ready for him. She called upon a powerful witch, wise in the ways of the divorce laws of the state of Georgia, to vanquish the minotaur. The witch prevailed and returned to the princess her castle, her 401k, and her sparkle. Free of the deceitful prince, the princess embarked on a journey north on a magical road called Route 85 to the enchanted city of Charlotte. There she made a home among the serpents and satyrs, panthers and hornets, llamas, cows, wolves, and bears, and all manner of woodland creature. She found that her new friends enjoyed dressing up on the weekends and spanking each other for fun. The princess also enjoyed a good spanking and occasionally enjoyed administering one.
Hell yeah.
Along the way, the princess realized she was no longer a princess. She had grown to match her enchanted city, and she was now a queen. And although she may not live happily ever after, she's doing her damnedest.
This episode of FOREPLAY Goes South podcast was recorded and produced by event host and podcast creator Metanoia. These stories are recorded live every third Tuesday of the month at Petra's in Charlotte, North Carolina. For more information about FOREPLAY Goes South, follow us at FOREPLAY GS on Facebook, FetLife, Instagram, and Twitter.